Hi there, it's Bosselady, and welcome back. If you watched my last episode of my City Skylines Oak Hills City build, you saw me make the biggest mess of a bridge expansion using one of the new bridges from the Bridges and Ports expansion pack. Well, you might notice that I'm still wearing the same shirt that I had on when I recorded that episode, and that's because I just couldn't leave my city alone. I'm probably posting this episode a week or so later, but I recorded it right away. I couldn't let my citizens deal with that ugly bridge any longer. I spend a lot of time in this episode rebuilding the bridge, and it turns out, well, I think pretty good. Why don't you be the judge? We're going to jump back into Oak Hills and see if I can fix that bridge. Oak Hills looks wonderful on this cool fall evening as the sun is setting and there's clouds in the sky. A beautiful hill, mountain really, in the background. I've got time paused. When I enter the game, time is automatically paused. I love the golden hue that we can see from that sun. I like how the land slopes down from this point in the city, and the train is down a little bit. It has this nice curve. It comes around. We've got this beautiful bridge here. It comes across pretty low. We've got a little bit of a bump here, but this is a lift bridge. It will allow for traffic to come through, and then the train enters back over here on this pretty low spot and then begins this steep climb with a little bit of a gentle curve, and then heads on up into what we will eventually try to build on as it goes around that mountain there. The thing that I don't like is our road bridge. I really struggled building this, and for several reasons. I wanted the bridge to be where the original bridge was on our map, which started here but came across at a pretty good angle going across, and you can't build the bridges like that. I didn't realize that with the new Bridges and Ports expansion pack. It automatically puts in this area where it's going to have a drawbridge or a lift or something, and you really need to be going across your shipping lane straight there. So I need to come across straight. Or if I wanted to attach over here, I'd have to bring my bridge over here, which was not where it was, not where the highway is that comes from out of town. So I really needed to leave it here, so I needed to come across. Then to join my highway over here, I had to cut at a pretty steep angle for this curve. And that doesn't bother me all that much, but what bothers me is the fact that this bridge comes down at such an angle, such a slope, I mean, all the way down over here. It doesn't bother me as much with the train. It's not as drastic with the train, not as noticeable with the train. But this, I don't like. I'm wondering if I can do some terrain manipulation. I probably can't do it now that the bridge is here. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to... Oh, it is. It's leveling somewhat. I'd really like to level this out a bit right here. And maybe that would help when I draw the new bridge in with the bump that we see right there. If this were all leveled. And then this is so much lower over here than it is over here where we're starting. And I don't mind that, but it would be better if it were higher, or if I just came in elevated and just didn't try, stayed elevated like this and just left it as a bridge, in other words, or just an elevated road really is what I need. An elevated road to come around. This could still look like this, look like a bridge, but it's not a bridge that I put in. In other words, that's just the road itself. This is a bridge. So I think what I want to try to do is play with the height just a bit more with this bridge and delete this. I like this pretty good. I don't like the angle that it comes there. So I'm going to delete this back. We'll go to right there for now. And I'm going to delete my bridge. All right, so I'd rather keep it a tad. Let's see if I can do it from this angle. Sorry if I'm whizzing you around a little bit. I'd like to start pretty much in the center. I'd like to come out relatively straight. Maybe a 90-degree angle would be good, but I don't want it to go down. I want it to go up. I want to increase my elevation. I don't know by how much. That's pretty good, which is 30 meters. Now, if I can get across, not sure how far I want to go. I don't want that. I want to. Yeah, I want to. I'm thinking 800. Oh, I don't want. There, 872 meters. I've got my bridge. Now, yes. Oh, that is so much better. I shouldn't have done this at 9:30 at night. And it's so dark for them. But that is a 1,000,000% improvement. Absolutely 1,000,000%. Now let's jump into my highways. We've got a 2-lane highway over here. But I wanted to upgrade it to a 4-lane. And I'm up pretty high. And that's fine. I knew I would be. It was 30, was it not? And let's go into a continuous curve. We want to start straight. And I'm going to meet up over there. I want to come out just a little bit. Slope too steep, huh? Let's come down. Yeah. I don't want to come very much at all. So I've got a little bit of a slope. It's not a whole lot. Zero. There we go. All right, now let's come down. Let's get pretty close over there. Oh, at 90, that is good. I like that. Let's come down. And let's blend in that way and take this away. Nope, we've got a little bit right here that's not quite lined up. Let's see if we can do this a little bit better. Maybe if I come from the other direction. Yeah. Still a little bit right there, but not too bad. Yes, that is much, much, much better. And like I said, I'm going to leave my train. The ground is much more flat over there, so I'm okay with that. And when we come off right here, as the ground starts dropping, the cars go up just a little and then get pretty even. Then there's no more real slope here as they come around the corner. And and go across, and go across the bridge. The camera didn't like that, but that's lovely. Much, much, much better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit. We'll turn on some time, let them try out their new bridge. There's a traffic accident. Someone fell off the bridge and into the water. Oh my goodness. A poor guy. I'm sorry. And a guy over here fell off the bridge. And another one over here. Oh well. Not much I can do to help you. I am going to get some fairies, but I don't have those yet. And it'll be a while before I get them. So sorry. So sorry. All right, I want to just finish filling this in. All in all, I think we've done a wonderful job with our little peninsula over there. I think Oak Hills is just growing and thriving. I do need to do a lot of beautification, but I want to plan an expansion and see where our next district is going to be. Now that we've got this peninsula pretty much full and zoned out with as much as it can be, we've got this new wonderful area across from our gorgeous suspension bridge, and we need to begin expanding over here. There's so much potential over here. We're bringing in a lot of people from outside, obviously. We've got traffic problems over here where our highways are joining. So we've got a lot of people trying to come from that direction to get to our city as well. So there's an incredible potential over here for us and for Oak Hills to continue to grow. I'm very happy with the new bridge. It is the Holly Bush Bridge, which I guess is kind of appropriate with our Oak Hills name. And I'm very happy with Oak Hills. I think we're going to spend a little time going around and beautifying the city and looking for a place to begin a new district in our next episode. Thanks again for joining me and checking out my video. Please subscribe so you don't miss the next video in my Cities Skylines 2 series. And if you're interested in City Skylines and want a few tips, you might want to take a look at my Beginner's Build series for Cities Skylines 2, where I go over some simple and easy tricks to help you get started with Cities Skylines. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.